Actually, I used to be a civil psychologist and psychotherapist, and I was military. I joined army during previous phase in
2015,
what we
14.
called ATO, anti-terrorist operation.
Uh-huh.
I used to be soldier. I used to serve in special operation forces as a soldier. After a couple of years, I got retired, and during the invasion, I decided to come back, of course, but I thought as a psychologist I would be more useful than as a soldier, because I'm a bit old already, and I would like to continue to practice psychology. So I combined my military experience and my psychological knowledge, and I became military psychologist. Now I work in the National Guard of Ukraine, Rubizh Brigade, Antares Battalion. In short, that's it.
Okay, and when did you join Rubizh, and when did you join the army again after your break?
After break, I joined as a soldier when invasion started, but it was informal. It was like if you know what is TRO.
Yeah, territorial defense.
I don't know how to describe it in English.
Yeah, territorial defense forces.
So a couple months I fought with them near Kiev. Then I quit it, and then I worked as a civil psychologist, and about 2 years I work in Rubizh.
Wow, 2 years already. So I think you already had the chance to, well, how can I do it properly? Give the psychological assistance to quite a lot of soldiers and maybe also officers. I don't know if you work only with soldiers and surgeons or maybe with everyone, with officers too. But you probably already had a lot of, I don't know if you do sessions there. Yeah, tell us about your work, how you do it there. It's interesting. Sorry.
To answer these questions, we have to talk what problems usually have people who become military. First of all, when a person decides to go to army, it's every time about losses, because he loses his usual lifestyle, profession, possibility to see family, friends, etc. And it entails a lot of hard feelings like guilt, like sadness, like grief, and that's he even didn't started to fight. Then he comes to the army, and he's in a completely new system of relation. All previous experience doesn't work. He has to learn. He has to build new connection, new relations, and it is very stressful. And after then, he began to fight, and this is very extreme experience. So as a psychologist, I accompany military on all these stages. So I try to help to adopt in the army. I diagnose them before military mission. I diagnose them after military mission, and I'm trying to help. And of course, all civil problems stays. I mean, soldiers have their, I don't know, wives, girlfriends, and
Yeah.
These problems stays. And you asked before if I work only with soldiers. No, it's impossible, because army is very collective, organized, and
organization.
It's very similar to children's psychology, because when you work with child, it is impossible to work only with child. You have to work also with parents. Here is the same situation, because sometimes commander asks, "This soldier is not good. Make him comfortable for me."
Yeah.
But when I analyze the situation, I understand that soldier is not a problem. I'm saying to commander, maybe you should change some of your methods. And the common problem for our army is a bad communication and bad feedback. I don't know, is it our national or what, but we are trying to hide problem, especially in army.
Yeah.
Soldier are afraid to tell about the problem, existing problem to the commander. Commander are afraid to tell to higher commanders. And that is what I'm trying to do, is to build communication and to show this problem, because if we don't know the problem, we cannot solve it. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. So indeed, like when you compared the army to, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's only kindergarten. It's also the school, right? When parents have teenagers, right, and teenagers are being rebellious, and they come to psychologists, and they bring their kids to psychologists and say, "Fix my kids." And they actually don't get the fact that they are not given enough time to their kids, and sometimes maybe beating them or having alcohol themselves, and just like making life harder for kids. They don't think it is affecting their kids. And indeed, when you're talking with kids, teenagers, you cannot do anything without also working with their parents, sometimes grandparents, the relatives. It is important because it's all connected. And yeah, I know a bit how it works. And I like to talk more about that. That's interesting. Ross, I forgot to ask you: are you a soldier, sergeant, or an officer? What's your rank?
Difficult.
For now, I'm sergeant, but any minutes I expect to become officer, because I'll already pass all the tests and I will be officer soon.
Okay.
Because in our system, psychologist is officer job.
Okay, got it. So you basically do a job of an officer being a surgeon, right?
Yeah,
right now.
That's right.
Okay, and you've been doing it, I assume, for all this time, for 2 years at least, right?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting detail for our viewers, the community, to realize how it happens these days in the Ukrainian army. Many positions are taken by the lower rank officers, or sometimes soldiers or surgeons. And yeah, when you have the lack of officers, in many cases, some jobs will be done by soldiers and surgeons. And I think Ross can confirm that, right?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I try to avoid this officer title, because I think sometimes duties of psychologist and duties of officer are conflict one between each other. And sometimes I have to decide, should I act like psychologist or like officer? But in our army it's like this.
It's like being lawyer and prosecutor, right? Defender
Something
and
like that. Yeah, exactly. Good metaphor.
Is it even a metaphor? I sent Ross's...
It will take some time to adopt to this life, but it's normal.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying it's normal to afraid. Fuck. I'm without any night vision, without weapon. It's strange. Need to take every gear.
When I was retired from army for the first time, I came home, I was very aggressive. Every word kept me mad, and I couldn't sleep for a long. And I couldn't sleep. And when I do at night, I didn't know what to do. I started to watch movie about the war, and when I hear shooting, I finally get asleep. Oh, it's my method.
Yeah.
So that's that's what one of the most widespread stories about the soldiers, about the PTSD. When you come back home, you need the sounds of the gunshot or artillery working to fall asleep. So it really is the thing, right? And it's happening to everyone, or do you maybe know the cases where it is not happening? If it's not a stupid question, I don't know. As a civilian.
I think it's happened to everyone, and officially, it takes about 1.5 years to adopt to the normal life
Mm-hmm.
because our body function in different mood.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have procedure called decompression to help people to
Mm.
adopt faster.
What's that? Can you tell us?
Actually, it was invented in America, and some American troops after operation, I don't remember, maybe in Iraq or Afghanistan,
Uh-huh.
when they come back home, uh, part of them flew by aircraft and other part by a ship. And of course, aircraft came first.
Mm-hmm.
They went home and they had a lot of problem. But those who traveled by ship, it was long trip. They had time to talk, to proceed their experience,
Mm-hmm.
and after that they didn't have this problem.
Hmm.
So this experience was learned, and now we optimize this. So when soldiers come back from mission, we don't let them go immediately to home. We are taking this decompression procedure. We are helping them to switch from fighting mood to civil mood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
these special procedures, mm, it's a bit individual because someone needs sport, someone needs quiet place, and of course some psychological protocols, which I will not be describe it. It's not necessary.
Mm-hmm. So is it like a psychological? How do you call it? Оця таємниця клієнтського.
No, no,
Mystery.
no.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret, but there are a lot of professional terms. I
Okay.
think audience don't. It's not something you can use by yourself. You know. So
Yeah, got it. So you
not
need to be a
necessary.
professional to
Yeah.
really imply some of those. Okay, got it. Do you teach a technique that a soldier can use to relieve stress and recenter themselves?
Of course, it's part of our work. So, but I'm always saying the best psychological training is a good military training.
Mhm.
So we organized stress during training, and we increase and we help people to overcome it. And after that, it is easier to work with real stress.
Mhm.
And of course, there are some breathing techniques, some concentration techniques, all this stuff we do.
It's yeah, it's good and a good question. Thank you, Papa Dutch.
Yeah, thank you.
If a soldier is panicking, how is best to calm down? Also from Papa Dutch. Thank you for this question.
You have to switch him switch his attention to something outside, like because when he's panicking, he's all inside with his feelings, and you should switch it to someone external.
Mm-hmm.
Using simple words, simple questions, simple actions.
So you basically are trying to get them out of themselves with questions and asking them to do things, right?
Yeah. But you cannot hit him or push. It make be worse.
Mm-hmm. Roman told me once that it worked for him a few times.
It was necessary, probably because it was combat medic who should give the medicine help to combat fellows, and he just get this stupor, just he couldn't move. So I keep on shooting and look at this medic, and he was just like freeze. I had no time to for this psychology trick to distract him from inner statement, so I just slap him in the face and say like, dude, what the fuck, if you keep doing nothing, our friends will die. And it was like, yeah, of course, yes. And he started doing such things. But it's good that you remember, Rick.
You lucky it worked, but sometimes it can affect bad result. He could attack you,
Yeah,
something like that.
It could be. I don't say that it's like a right technique, but it was something that I really used unintentionally.
Yeah.
Of course, he could be even angry. This is the reason why, first of all, if guy was wounded, you need to take all his weapon and grenade from him, because if you start put tourniquet on him, he could just start shooting at you or through grenade because it's painful or he's in panic. But thank you for correction. Yeah, I was risking my life while doing the slap because I like to do slapping. It's like
you just enjoyed that. That's why you did it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to make decision and take a risk and responsibility. Normal.
Yeah, totally right. And on the battlefield, I think it is very happening very often. You need to act here and now because you may have no any other minute or second, right? This is why risking is happening very often on the battle missions.
Seems like this Papa Dutch veteran is really interesting. He write a lot in comments, like you must take contact with who is in them, like inside them, right? Yeah. It's always interesting to compare different technique for different kind of soldiers from Ukraine or from USA, because something we learn from USA, right, Ross, as I understand, and something we invented new. What do you think about this statement? If I'm correct.
Actually, regarding protocols, now we copying almost everything from NATO countries. If we're talking about protocol of stabilization, it's good. It's better to copy. But if we're talking about therapy, I think our psychologists have more experience and very, very interesting experience, very interesting methods. So in some cases, now we can teach Western psychologists how to work because they don't have experience of such war on their territory.
Yeah, it was times. Actually, if I'm not losing this contact, maybe I should connect you, because it was time in 2023 then when some generals from NATO bases from few countries, they connect with me and ask some consultation. I'm not like a professional psychology, and sorry, I forget to mention you, my friend, that back that time it was counter-offensive operation times. But they ask consultation about how to sleep better in trenches, for example, how to fight against insomnia or such things, which psychology methods am I using, and my combat fellows as well, because they know a lot of theory, but that's from the book from World War II, for example. And they for we have modern time that they have no experience like that. For example, for you guys to understand, like energy drinks, like in the Second or First World War, I don't think they have this energetic, energy drinks like non-stop. But in our reality, it affects a lot on insomnia, on dreams, on sleep, on quality of sleeping in trenches, on battlefield, on this paranoia. And I was witness a lot how it affect on soldiers' brain, and with that point, it was available for them for NATO bases to hear how it affects and what consequences could be after that and such things. But
By the way, you mentioned energy drink. I have to say it's very big evil. It's like drugs or alcohol, because soldiers, like, they want to control everything. They want to stay focused, and they don't feel themselves safe when they cannot control. So they drink this energy drink, and even when they come back, they continue to drink, and it's
yeah,
big evil. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult to fight because drugs are not allowed. Alcohol is allowed, but
allowed.
society is not like, doesn't like when you're drunk. But energy drink is legal. Everybody can buy it, and but it creates a lot of problems for nervous system, for psyche. Big topic.
Yeah.
Big pain, I assume, right now.
It just I have a lot of question. Exactly today, I had a thought that probably I'm too much not alright. Like I understood that it could be a worse situation, but um, I mean, in the sense that I begin to normalize very very terrible situation, and you just understand that you live in a constant nervous events, and you just try to don't pay attention on this, but it's always it's collect in your body, in everything, in your thoughts. Yeah, and about this topic of Crimea and my nation, I always think about how a Russian destroy our personalities in the way that we don't respect respect our life, our personality, because they try to say about that we are worse nation, and we are like оця меншовартісність, як забула це як це сказати. Um,
Me too. I also forgot this word.
the tragedy and the deportation also have influence of our nation, and so we could not overcome this, and we're still in this trauma. And we had the discussion with my friends also. For example, one I met one woman that she was a soldier, and she created the documentary films now, and she said about that we could not be a victims anymore, because victims is nobody will support victims with weapons, because you want to hide, you want to hack victims, but you don't want to like support fighting of the victims. And I said to her that it's a little bit like manipulation, because I think somebody didn't give us weapons not because we are victims or we are winners, but because they have often problems, or often problems, for example, about Germany. They have imperialistic mind, and they have still this connection with Russian. They love Russian culture. They see in Russian friends in general. Only Putin or government is like not good. And I just want to say that we could not leave this topic that we are victims, because we're still in this history, and we didn't hear the words of sorry. So Russian didn't say sorry. Russian didn't stop the war. Russian didn't pay the reparation. So we could not overcome this. So yeah, we can fight. We can be active, but we still have this pain. And if we just act like we are free from this, it seems to me it's like we lie. So we could not leave its topic, for example, when we want to share our person history, person experience. So I want to say about that Crimean Tatars are victim of Russian genocide that they did in 1944, and they continue to do it now. And I don't know, what do you think about this? I know that I said a lot of words, but I think all these topics in me, and sometimes it's really such ideas like stop make me невпевненою, так сказати.
In confidence.
Insecure.
Yeah, that I'm do right work. So like a lot of artists say, don't say about genocide, don't say about this painful history, just create something amazing. And so these people like from all the world will like, oh, it's so great art from Ukraine, and so we want to pay attention, we want to support the army because you are interesting, not because you describe the situation, describe your story, describe why Russian did this, why Russian did it many centuries. So that's question.
Well,
A lot of topics, and let's go step by step. First of all, victim. Yeah, there are a lot of manipulation on these topics. I propose to separate. We are victims according to the law in judicial sense, but in psychological sense, we are not victims, because in psychology, victim is not good position.
Yeah.
So victim according to the law, but in psychological sense, you are not victim. You understand?
authors, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then other people, other countries, other states are trying to control us using fear, using pain. So now that what it is Russia's doing is like be afraid of us, be victims, don't create, don't live. But they do it because they are afraid, because we have very big creative potential, we have a lot of values. So people and nation are traumatized in the area where there is something very valuable for them. You understand what I mean? So if you are afraid that you are menšovarta, that means you are
inferior.
In reality, you are very, very strong and precise.
Mm-hmm. By the way, guys, меншовартість inferiority. Комплекс меншовартості inferiority complex.
Дуже складне слово англійське, я завжди забуваю.
А пам'ятаєш, я тобі його писав прямо українською.
The last thing I would like to say, now people often use trauma as an excuse, as an excuse not to live, not to act, not to fight. But we should not do that. It's not an excuse.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It just, this pain of trauma is drawing our attention to something important. So if we feel pain, we should go there and overcome it.
Holy trauma.
Yeah. I think everyone from us had a lot of losses, and it takes time to grieve in it. So it's normal. If you are suffering from losses, you're grieving. It doesn't mean you are a victim. Okay.
Yeah.
You just have to take time to grieve in it, and then absorb new reality and move.
Thank you so much for answer.
But yeah, I also wanted to talk with you about why it is important to actually stay more or less frozen on the front line and not to let yourself, go emotional, and how it may damage, or is it maybe in some situations allowed to do and maybe healthy to do when you're engaged in not in combat, even if you're doing some rear work like logistics or supply, you still live in the army and live through all the shit that is happening there.
It's a problem when we are military, when we are as a service. We have to freeze some feelings, but they need to be proceeded later. That's what I do when guys come back from mission. We talk about this. I took this emotion. I extract emotion from them. Yeah. So you have to know when to do that and how to do that.
You need to be careful with that, right?
Yeah. If it will be frozen for a long period, it will more, and it will create a very big problem. So it's it's like normal medicine. If you diagnose problem an early stage, it's easier to heal.
Yeah.
And if you do some prophylactics, you can avoid some sickness or illness. So that's what I do. I open this frozen emotion and work with them. But I repeat, you have to know when to do that and how to do that, because if it happened during the fight, it's not no good. Person will lose control. But between fights, it's possible in relatively safety.
Yeah. I also want to ask you, what about the grief? Is it allowed if a soldier or anyone, any military loses their brothers in arms? Is it okay for them to not get frozen, but live in through the grief right after, if they will have to go to the front to the positions again in 7 days, because it usually is you spend a few days on position, then you rest for 5-7 days, right? Then go back. If they have this situation when they lost brother in arms on the last mission, and they come back, and you see that they start grieving, What do you do in such case?
There are two types of grieving. One type of person needs to cry for grieving, and other type of person need action, some action like switch attention to other action. I'm trying to find which way is more suitable for person, because a soldier don't like to cry, don't like to show their tears, but when they work with me, it happens, and it is very good. So I would say grieving for soldier is not a big problem, because they want more action, like revenge and other thing. I'm always asking the person who's dead, if he could see you, would he be glad what are you doing now? And it works. So grieving is not a big problem for soldier, but problem is guilt, because probably you heard survivor's guilt.
Yeah, very widespread.
When my friend is killed, I will feel guilt, because even I know it's not my fault, it's not rational, but most people feeling guilt. And if person feel guilty, he will look for punishment, and he will find it. He will make some stupid things. So mostly I work not with grief. I work with grief, but it's easier. But I work a lot to take off this guilt.
Yeah, survivor's guilt is a big thing, and even like I think, I thought maybe civilians also have it, but yeah, in some cases I think civilians have it too, right?
Yeah, of course.
And as for survivor's guilt, people always try to find the reasons why they are guilty, right? It's like, oh, I could do more, I could do this or not do this, or if I went there that day, he would still be alive, and all this. It's always this rationalization mechanism that helps them get to find the guilt.
Especially for men, we get used to control everything. We get used to be responsible for everything. So if someone dies, we feel guilty, and it's difficult to accept that you cannot do everything. You cannot control everything.
Yeah, and there's actually nothing you could do, and I think it comes from this feeling of being powerless, like powerlessness.
Be what?
Powerless, беспомощным.
Yeah, this feeling of victim, Aziza told, it's the most traumatic thing.
So, like, it also is being helpless, right? It is also connected to the victim.
We can go deeper, because my basic method is psychoanalysis. It's basically it's from childhood. For example, if my parents I'm a child and my parents are not happy, so I will become better, controlling, strong, just to make them happy. Then person grew up, but this mode of action, it's inside, like subconscious. So if something happened, okay, I'm not a good one. Parents don't love me, and this trauma playing inside.
It's really interesting, really an interesting conversation, and I am I was interested, not like deeply, but I was interested in psychology since, I don't know, my student days. I was not reading that much, but watching like many psychology TV shows, movies, and like socially, how do you call them? Shit. Гостросоціальні, like how do you translate that in English? Like I don't know. So like different social movies to see how these things sometimes work. Survivor's Guild, it is shown in some movies, and grief, and there are movies that strike me pretty hard when parents lose their child. And in many movies, they show very well how it is ruining families, how it is really hard to overcome and to get through the loss of their child. So such types of movies, where they show how people's brain work, how their emotions, feelings work. And I also have another aspect that I cannot share here on the stream. Actually, that's not my thing to share. Why I am pretty close to psychology still. Yeah, so Ross, I will share with you privately then later.
Okay.
But yeah, I know some of it. Some of the questions may seem stupid. First of all, because I'm not a psychologist, and I actually had an opportunity to start to get into the second stage of Gestalt therapy, where they teach you to be a therapist. So I went through the first stage for the clients, and I decided not to go to the second stage because I decided that I don't want it. I mean, some tell me that since I have pretty good empathy, I would make a pretty good therapist. And then I decided that I just don't want it, but the intensive of the Gestalt therapy, you probably know something about them, right, Ross?
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive being on that intensive, almost 2-week everyday therapy, a few times everyday therapy, like a group therapy and a personal therapy. When you get through it 10 days straight, that's a mind-blowing experience. Yeah, and a lot of people, they get divorced after such intensives. They just quit their jobs. They make some like serious life choices. This is why it is recommended to not make any of those choices in the first 2 months after the Gestalt intensive, I guess. This is that's a very like shaken, like it's shaking you up, that experience, and you may start doing some stuff that you better not do, and not cut the ties and not burn the bridges in your life. A question from Lila Truhimet. We call her, instead of Lilia, we call her Lila. That was her decision, because she says Lilia is so hard to pronounce to foreigners. So I shortened my name to Lila. It's easier. So now we call her Lila. I think for like 1.5 years already, right, Lila? I have a question to Ross. Actually, she says it correctly, to Rost. Do you feel that more soldiers initiate the talking to you comparing with the 2022 and now, or is it the same? Good question, Lila. Thank you.
Well played.
Actually, we still have this problem when, in private life, a person comes to you and says, I have a problem, I'm ready to work. But in army, some soldiers are still afraid of psychologists. When I come to him, he's saying, "I'm normal. I don't need psychologist. I'm okay." Some, but so I have to sell myself to sell him his problem that need to be solved. Sometimes it's very tricky, but now it's better because there are a lot of civilians in the army. Our army is not professional. They habituated to psychologists, and if we're talking about me personally, I think I gained their trust. It took some time, but now it's better. But still, there is a problem that some guys don't want to work with psychologists.
But it's better than in 2022, right?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. I think it's like maybe our guys are getting more tired and desperate, and they are like, oh, okay, like maybe they try to look for more additional help, not the usual help they get, whether it's an energy drink or cigarettes, you know.
And there is opposite problems. Some guys understood this is a way to receive attention. Maybe this attention they didn't have in their private life, so they can use their problem to take this attention, this help. I had one soldier who, how to say, who was saying, I will commit suicide, help me. But I saw he wasn't, he would not suicide, he just want attention.
So
It happens.
they even abuse that sometimes, right? To get something for them. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. There's a question from RP Marcin. Robert, are you still there in the chat? Because I haven't seen you for a while. I really hope so. But if you watch this in recording, I finally got to your question. Does cognitive behavioral therapy help at all? Found it helped somewhat. That's what Robert said. Do you use this method at all? Когнитивно-поведінкова терапія.
CBT?
Yeah, CBT.
Actually, I don't like this method. I think it's very underrated and
under or
helps.
Overrated?
Overrated,
yeah.
Overrated. It works only when you combine it with psychiatry, and it helps for a short period, and usually after that, after some time, symptoms are back. So maybe I'm предвзятий, як буде.
Maybe you have prejudice.
Maybe I have prejudice about this method, but I see it very often in practice, so I don't like CBT. I like EMDR.
Oh, EMDR is a can you explain it to the viewers what EMDR is?
EMDR means eyes movement, desensibilization, reprocessing. We process some traumatic experience using like eye movement or other bilateral simulations. Of course, it is a small part of therapy. There are also big preparation phase. It depends a lot of therapists, but this movement of eyes and other bilateral simulation, it make therapy much easier and faster.
Okay, Ross, if you're okay, I will explain it simpler. I know what EMDR is. If I'm going to be wrong, please correct me in the things I'm going to be wrong. So, guys, basically, EMDR is a good therapy for treating PTSD. If you have some traumatic experience with this eye movement, actually, the specialist who is trained to do this therapy, they can rewrite your experience. So they move you move the eyes, like they may move some object in front of you. You move the eyes, and they try to with questions, they try to get you in that experience, and then also with questions and with like conversation, they can kind of rewrite that experience for you, not to make it not traumatic. Am I right, Ross? Does it work like this?
Actually, not rewrite, but
okay.
Not rewrite, but we remove this bad emotion and bad cognition from this experience.
Yeah. By rewriting, I'm not saying that you will not remember that. You will just not feel that. You will not have the same reaction. It will be kind of normalized for you, right?
For example, if somebody hit me, traumatic reaction is I am weak, I am victim. In EMDR, we proceeding it, and usually person makes another
Final.
cognition. Another cognition. For example, it's happened, but I can protect myself or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I hope it was understandable, guys, because I'm not a psychologist and definitely not EMDR specialist. So I just thought, Ross, sorry, but when you explained it, I thought it is not completely understandable what the therapy is about and how it works. But I think together we made it like a bit more understandable, or maybe not a bit, maybe completely understandable. Rick, it activates both brain hemispheres. The mind of reason is able to make sense of the trauma and reduce symptoms drastically. Salt of the earth said in the chat. Ross, do you agree with that statement?
Actually, I didn't catch.
Once again, it activates both brain hemispheres. The mind of reason is able to make sense of trauma and reduce symptoms drastically.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I think we actually have a few specialists there in the chat. Well, I know it for sure that at least one or two therapists we have in our community. So the question, he says, so my question would be, is it even possible to completely recover from PTSD-related trauma, or is it only about managing trauma? Good question.
It is possible to recover completely. Some methods given managing, but to recover completely, you have to go deeper. It takes time. It needs so it is not possible to do during the war, but when the person is in safety, it will take time, but it is possible to remove completely.
Yeah, so basically...
I have such cases.
Okay. So you have some clients who went abroad and not in Ukraine. This is how you're capable of doing it. Yeah, because I thought the only way to do it right now these days is for people to leave Ukraine, because in Ukraine there's no safety, no possible safety, when every night drones are attacking us and missiles. So yeah, but I want to ask you actually about your infantry and special forces experience. Ross, because it's actually a very important part, in my opinion, also, not only in Roman's opinion. So can you please tell us what was your specialty? What battles did you go through? What directions you've been on? Yeah, I understand it's a lot of questions in one question I have here. But yeah, anything you want to share with us, Ross, please. It's very interesting. It's indeed will also make an integral impression and understanding, our understanding of you as a person and a specialist at the same time, because your combat experience is, as you said, gives you this tool, right, to work with soldiers as a psychologist.
Gives right. It sounds too much, but
No,
it makes it
not
easier.
not right. Tool gives the tool. I didn't say gives right. Yeah. I didn't say gives you a right. You have the right to work even if you were
We
not
need prosecutor or lawyer.
So let us please know about your battle path in the infantry and special forces. Really curious.
As an infantry, I was in Piske. It was ATO, so it wasn't such intensive war as we have now, but still we were near Donetsk airport. It's from our position to Russians about 600, 800 meters, and we often have a fight. They try to attack us. About special operation forces, it was mostly recognition.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah. I was in different places, but about this part, I cannot say a lot.
Tell much,
But we work usually in Donetsk region, because our 3rd regiment worked in Donetsk region and 8th regiment in Lugansk.
Okay. I didn't know that, by the way. Interesting.
Ти в третьому? Я щось і забув. Ти в 3-му полку був?
Yeah.
Хрена собі.
Okay.
I told he's a serious guy because this is very famous regiment. 3-й, 8-й полк. Це таке.
And 2022, you were in territorial defense in Kyiv Oblast, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about those days?
Actually, there I didn't have close fights because we protected some missiles.
He wanted to ask strategic objects.
Yeah, some strategic options. So it was pretty quiet.
Okay. What about the?
Can I just make a quick mention at this point, because guys, this is you not always see the soldier who had the opportunity to share some stories, but who will sincere with you and who will say, I was in some places which was pretty quiet. I don't know, Ross, I just respect that, I just respect that. It's something, because I've seen a lot of guys who was there and there and there, but they wasn't anywhere, and nobody could prove they fairy tales, especially in hospitals. I've seen a lot of rumors, a lot of stories, and then I just ask, who can prove that, or can you show me some videos, or maybe, or bro, that brigade never was on that direction. What the bullshit you talking about, or stuff like that. And I just always respect for guys who can say I was there or I wasn't there, and it's also okay. It's respectful. What can you ask about? What can you tell about this, Aziza? Because you're quiet for so long.
I have two question. I don't know if maybe it's too long question. Um, I was
But sorry for one sec, Ross. Did you finish? Because yeah, I
yeah.
interrupt
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your story. Fuck.
You interrupted Rick, not me.
Yeah. So when Rick will be back, we'll continue. Is it okay?
I think
Because you
Aziza
she.
can ask her question.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Just one question. It's about guiltness, and you feel that I feel a lot of sorrow that I did not good, not enough, and I know that maybe it's feelings of guiltness from different times from childhood. I don't know, but if the act of join to the army can help to to leave this feelings of guiltness, or it will be continue to be with my so I always have the feeling that if I will not join to the army, I will such souls. Maybe you heard that a lot of civilian people said that I could, if I would not join to the army in the future, I could not see my face in the mirror because I will be not respect myself. I will be not like feel me like a human. And a lot of such from this topic, a lot of artists, a lot of people were always pacifists, or they never wanted to be soldiers, but they joined to the army because it was like feeling that they have um so if it's can help, or it's like another feelings, maybe I'm like mix something different feelings. And another question, maybe weeks ago I was in a taxi, and taxi driver was soldier warrior, and he was absolutely um optimistic with a light head. And he we talk about his um experience in Crimea, and how he met a lot of good Crimean Tatars in Crimea, and how he really wanted to see Crimea free. And he said, and he was on the battlefield. From his words, that he was exactly on the front line, on the hot places where it was really a terrible war. But he said, but I feel myself happy. I'm absolutely happy person.
Wow.
I have everything for happiness. I have my lover, beloved wife. I have work. And I'm happy a person, and I don't like. I want to share with people why people have a lot of things and they are not happy. Like they have the health, they have their lives, but they want to more and more and more. And I saw that how it's incredible. This person was on the battlefield. This person saw the war, and it seems to me that he has no PTSD. Like he's absolutely found this um ground happiness, and he was like amazing example how you can work with everything that you met in your life. I'm sure he was honest with me that it was not like maybe I'm maybe it was like you told fairy tale, but I think that it was real story from him. And it was really very inspired me how to be how to be such person, or how to uh like be such person that you can met a lot such people with you, because you're share it, like you're created in your world. So because and he said that I didn't want to change something in my life. Everything was really absolutely uh great, not great, like because here I'm personalities because of this experience. I'm really okay with all this experience. And my thought is like, I want to change other things. Like, I did some big mistakes, and all mistakes is I really think like okay, it's like but it's really what he can say about this person. Maybe you can share how he or it's they really work with like it's work, or it's like just character of the person. So maybe he was always such person, and like was born like this character, or we can build it, we can change it. I don't know. I think such question.
So you want me to diagnose him using your story? Okay. I'll start from the second question. There are two options. First one, all people like have different level of personal evolution. He may be very developed person, very smart and very harmonic, but there is other options. There are some people who escape from hard feelings, hard emotion. He looking always for positive. It's like psychological defense. But this is they escape from bad emotion from some period of their life, but then escape, but then this feeling follows them, and welcome to depression. This is a mechanism of як bipolarka буде.
Bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
I guess so. Let's see the confirmation in the chat, but continue, Ross, please.
There is it's like this positive feelings is like mania, and then
Oh yeah, I understand.
then depression, mania, depression. So without not meeting him in person, I cannot say is it first type of person or second type of person. As to guilt of many people go to the army guided by guilt. Maybe it was partially my story for first time, because when on the street I met soldier, I hide my eyes. But now I'm saying to everybody, it is not good motivation, and if I have possibility to work with it, I try to remove this motivation. Motivation should be different, not guilt, as to my opinion.
Okay.
But some people, some institution manipulate with them. You have to you owe to the country, and etc. etc. To my opinion, it is not good.
Thank you so much for answers.
Welcome.
Maybe also one quick mention. I met such a so-called pretty happy person in hospitals, and another short explanation that they wasn't for so long in the battlefield. They just had maybe a few battles or even one battle, and they was injured, and they in hospital. So maybe they wasn't for so long in deep down in stress, so they wasn't so damaged, like psychologically damaged. Maybe Ross, you can correct me, but I believe it could be one of the reason they wasn't so mentally injured. What do you think?
Maybe
As a theory, just as a theory, because we don't know those guy.
Yeah.
And for some soldiers who never had injured, but who just stay in trenches for so long, he could be just traumatized so hard just because he was there, even if he not shooting directly, but he was there always under stress.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good point for this.
And yeah, I would also like to discuss. Damn, there are so many things about the modern war that can affect the mental health of our soldiers that I would like to discuss with you, Ross. Let's discuss maybe at least one of those things. It's that these days in many brigades, just because of how the kill zone is getting huge, wide, and how logistics are very complex now, and it is complicated to get to the position. A lot of soldiers can stay on positions for 100 plus days. This is a big problem these days. I know that maybe in Rubizh Brigade this is not such an often thing, because in National Guard the situation is usually better than in the Armed Forces of Ukraine brigades. But I assume that may happen to some of your guys. Have you had such cases, Ross?
You mean staying for a long period?
Yeah, like 100 or more days.
I don't know. In our brigade, I think we didn't have such cases.
Yeah, I know that in National Guard it is like rarely happening, because how it actually depends on how National Guard is usually used. The brigades of National Guard, it's more like operative brigades, right?
No, we are acting like infantry.
So you're just like any mechanized brigade, right?
But our commanders are more qualified. Let's say like this, we care more about people. So
they are
we
more
don't,
like NATO commanders and not Soviet commanders, right?
I hope so.
It's good, but the fact that they care more is already very good, and I'm happy to hear that.
Even my profession in the ZSU, there are not so many psychologists. In our brigade, in each battalion, we have one or even two, depending on quantity of people.
Yeah, I know that in general.
So National Guard is caring more about people comparing to.
That's what I also hear from soldiers. Like a lot of comparison that in National Guard the situation is much better as for caring for people.
But still is a problem. I don't know about 100 days, but for example, I work with drone pilots. They go to the position. It was planned, for example, for 1 week.
Yeah.
But they were enemy saw them, and they couldn't leave for a long period. So it's still difficult when it is planned for 1 week, for example, and you're staying for 2 weeks, and sometimes there is no possibility to bring food or.
How damaging it is to their mental health? How do you think or know it is affecting them usually, this long stay on positions?
As to mental health, it's okay, but they are very exhausted.
Physical.
So you can be completely healthy, but for example, if we don't let you sleep for a long period, you will have hallucination for sure.
Oh yeah.
So it's happened to them. When they come back, it seems like, they have PTSD, they have other symptoms. But when you give them normal rest, they are okay, more or less.
Yeah. As for the exhaustion, the physical exhaustion, usually, like what it does to me, when I get exhausted, just like not sleeping properly for 2 days, my health is starting acting up too. I'm not just not seeing hallucinations, but my allergies are increasing. What else? My skin is getting worse, and I already feel like my body is getting worse, and I think my I don't know, it feels like my body is weaker than the body of many people, but maybe I just don't know how the body of people who spend 7 or 14 days on positions react. Did they tell you maybe about some of similar reactions of their bodies? Yeah, how like physically their health is becoming worse, and they can see that.
Of course, it's a typical reaction. When you don't sleep, you are not renewing. So it's a physical problem, some psychological problem also. It's all increases.
It is. Yeah, it is just unimaginable what happens to the body if the guys are spending 100 days on positions, and if they are infantry. Because if we're talking about, or maybe not, it depends on it. Yeah, it depends much on the conditions they are in. So.
It depends more of the quantity. Do they have possibility to change each other and sleep?
Oh yeah. Like one is sleeping, one is standing on duty. Yeah, because sleep deprivation is the most cruel thing in this regard, right? Not having, like, if they have the chance to sleep on positions, then they're gonna be better than if they don't have the chance to sleep properly. Yeah, it's logical. All logical, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, Ross. Then it was really nice to meet you. I see you once again here in, I don't know, a week or two, when you have time. So yeah, if you liked it here, then you're welcome to come back again. Yeah, how do you like this experience? You say it's a new experience for you. Can you share with us?
It's very interesting. I like to have more instrument to share my ideas, my thoughts, and it's a new place for me with very interesting and good audience with good questions.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you for this compliment.
So that means I'll come back.
Awesome. Thank you, Ross.